Welcome to the Unengaged Agent, social media marketing and news for real estate agents.
Yeah, our first topic today is about community outreach. It actually is something I am very passionate about and saw in the Realtor magazine this month. A whole bunch of amazing people that have done a lot for the community, whether it's starting their own nonprofit or volunteering, even more than Habitat for Humanity. But there's so much out there that you can do, and using the NAR and Realtor.com resources actually, gives you a lot of great ideas too that are community driven. I think it has a Realtor Good Neighbor program.
What is that?
I'm not too sure, but it did say the one thing about realtors in general is that we tend to volunteer more, double the amount than the average individual, I guess. It's just, where did I see that? Realtors are good neighbors. Did you know that realtors volunteer more than twice as much as the general population?
Okay.
We think that's extraordinary. That's why we tell realtors community service and realtors are good neighbors to share your story basically on Facebook and Instagram. You want to share what you're doing outside of just selling homes or working with buyers and sellers.
Yeah, no, I guess if you're working with the community, you can highlight what they're doing, if it's like, say, an animal shelter or, an outreach program.
I think it's something to find that you're definitely something that you're passionate about, something where you feel good, genuinely feel good. And, and it's great spreading kindness and helping others.
And awareness.
Absolutely.
The next topic we're going to discuss is real estate photography trends. So, me, I, well into the photography and, trying to, started there and, went as far as like what can be done as far as wide angle and how to make the pictures look better. So they did a little survey and they found out about 2/3 of realtors now utilize aerial photos, which we definitely like to look at.
Yes, for sure.
So that's definitely a growing trend. About 36% use video tours. We kind of like those too. We kind of like how you can kind of really see the home. It's hard to tell the layout, the look, just from photos.
This you can dive right into,
Yeah. And they said only about 21% use those 3D interactive tours like Matterport and whatnot. I can see that. It's definitely something that's more selective. If a home needs that to kind of explain it, then it's needed. But if it's something that's you can get from a video or the photos, then probably not.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if anyone likes going around clicking through each room or whatnot. They might just like to watch the video.
Some do. You get a feel for it. You get a feel, as you walk through the front door, where that leads you. If you look to the left, look to the right. I kind of like it to a certain degree too.
And I know this 76% use twilight photos.
Yeah.
And
are you a fan of that?
Not really. If it's true twilight, you take it during twilight. Yeah, I can understand. But if it's something that's kind of like added on after, probably not.
It's not a genuine. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty though. They are pretty.
Yeah.
All right. And so the next topic, that I actually really don't know a whole lot about, but it seems to be all over the news and all over social media is the metaverse, the Meta, the new name for Facebook. Do you know anything about it or?
Just briefly know that, the company, that oversees Facebook is changing the name to Meta, and they're starting their big push into virtual reality, with their VR headsets and trying to bring that personal interaction into the VR world. And
do you think that's how Facebook is going to be? Is that the goal? Not to say that's how it is, but is that the goal to where we're on Facebook but virtually?
Maybe as a complement to Facebook, like another social network where it's just VR.
So it wouldn't be okay. I get it.
Yeah.
I saw some video of it. It was pretty, it's definitely different living in the future. It reminds me of of Epcot, going to Epcot as a kid and seeing all the futuristic everything that was just a thought. And here we are right now,
Yeah,
Zooming,
that's true.
we're Zooming,
Zooming, yeah.
on our phone, right?
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
Our next topic is the new Florida contracts that are coming out, the state contracts for sale. And then November 1st, I think, is the new date. And we're not going to go over all the changes because there is numerous, but a couple of things that popped out to me was they're upgrading some of the wording on stuff that's automatically included, like, they've added thermostats, doorbells, television wall mounts. As more and more of these smart features become, a fixture of the home, they now are a part of the home, when they go into sale. And then they're also changing some of the wording and meanings of the loan approval period. So that's
that's good to
something definitely review and make sure you fully understand it, because that is definitely important.
It is important. It is.
Yeah, and then the force majeure clause, they've kind of added more items like government shutdowns, epidemics, pandemics, if other things, just kind of give a little more flexibility if needed for those items.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's something.
Yeah, and this is all on the as-is contract. Was it the as-is? Yeah.
They updated the as-is. They updated the residential one also, and they also updated a lot of the addendum too. So I think the HOA addendum.
Yeah.
So definitely time to dig back through the contract and learn all these changes so you can explain them to your clients. Right?
Absolutely. And then that way it's also more than clear on what's included and what, what's coming or staying or going or whatever it may be, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
There's always that question with certain items.
Of course.
Yeah. All right. And one of the last things we wanted to talk, or onto the next topic, would be feedback. Giving fellow realtors feedback on one of their listings that you have shown. I know we're guilty of not giving feedback each and every time because it can get overwhelming, especially if you have X amount of homes that you're showing in the same day. It's hard to go back and, feedback on each one. So
remember the exact home and what was the issues and
right.
why your client was not pursuing an offer on that one.
So what I think, or I'm going to try to do at least is give the feedback right there on the app, whatever showing time app you're using, and just do it in the car real quick right before you go to the next one. Just something where it's fresh. Not because right now not everyone prints out the MLS form. The MLS sheets as much anymore to write the notes down on. So that I think that's gonna I'm gonna at least make as much effort as can be to do that.
Yeah, I guess, but it just is kind of weird if your client is interested in the home. How much feedback do you want to give? Because if you are putting an offer in, do you say that they love the home and it's Yeah,
I mean it's feedback. It's one of the top 5 or whatever it may be, or there is interest, but we're still showing homes. They're still looking right now. But I think it also would help the listing agent. There are times where, maybe a home might be not priced where it should be. And with the feedback from other agents that have shown, if you're constantly hearing, price too high, that, maybe need to reevaluate.
Something
and
they can take back
sellers,
to the seller. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, take it back to the seller and just show them the feedback and let them make the decision on that.
Yeah, and like one of the ones I leave all the time, if it's needed, is just having lights on and the blinds open, bringing in as much lighting as possible. There are a lot of times where we have a scheduled appointment to show, home at a certain time, and you walk in and it's as dark as could be, and you spend more time trying to turn the lights on or opening blinds, and it's just, it just doesn't give off that great first impression.
Yeah, so you turn on the lights before your client walks through.
Yeah, so you're speeding through the house, really. So if that's just like something I feel is important to definitely give back, if I can, because I think that helps. It hurts when you walk in and it's dark. It doesn't have that welcoming, feel that it could have.
Yeah, but that could have been left by the last agent that showed it. you know, um, all depends
Right.
on.
Yeah. Just at the extreme, if it's clearly like no blinds are open, something like that. But yeah.
All right. The last topic we're going to discuss today is that the Canadians are coming. The U.S. government recently announced that the land borders will reopen for non-essential Canadians to travel on November 8th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the fully vaccinated Canadians can make their way back down to Florida. The snowbirds, and either if they have existing home down here, they'll be here, or if they're looking for more property to have down here in
Mhm.
Florida.
There's some that's going to be seeing their homes for the first time,
Mhm.
that bought things virtually through the pandemic and now are able to actually see it, their investment or whatever it may be. So,
Yeah, very, very good point.
mhm,
And
mhm.
it's definitely going to um, mix up some of the real estate down here as more people are able to be down here and have access. Uh,
Yeah, which makes it a little bit tighter for, a lot of especially like first time home buyers.
well, that's it for this week. I'm Tony.
And I'm Patricia. Have a great day.